And we have survived the Minotaur. Crispy pork. Okay. So, do we have access to... Oh, we have access to the Island of the Mists now. Oh, that feels obvious.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Ooh. Okay, folks. Oh.
From the northeast come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting. The island's trees are gnarled and eerie looking. Grayish moss growing fervently in the damp, sun-blocking mist coats the tree's knobby branches.
I can feel the new deaths from here. Yep. You know what I feel? I feel like a bad representation of druids is coming up. But yeah, let's go with it.
Alexander is frozen at the spectacle before him. Robed figures are gathered around a bonfire. Some mystical ceremony is taking place. But as to its purpose, Alexander has no clue.
I smell a barbecue.
Brothers, look!
Uh-oh. Alexander's been seen.
Not a Sierra game, it's pretty light.
The foreigner we were warned about. How appropriate that he should come during our rain festival. Place him in the sacrificial cage.
Wait! I must rescue the princess!
There's an ancient druid saying, a man who would save others must first save himself.
It's a
Alexander
kitty
is
cat.
pushed into the confining wicker cage.
Into the cage.
And the cage is swung out over the bonfire. Alexander starts to feel a little warm.
It's the time of the year. We haven't watched Wicker Man in a while. No.
The cage is getting uncomfortably hot.
No, we haven't. But which version? The original or the It's All Gone a Bit...
Alexander is getting really hot.
It's all gonna bit nuts.
Mercifully,
Nicolas Cage
Alexander
version.
passes out from the heat before the first tongues of flame ignite the wicker.
I mean, that's merciful at least. Down he goes.
That was a bit too hot to handle. Alexander should have been better prepared.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Alexander
let's not go
pulls-
there. It is a silly place. For now. Isle of the Beast. Am I right thinking that? Yeah.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
They're not those kind of druids. They're not the fun kind. I don't think you're going to get a good spit roast out of these druids. Okie dokes. Hello! There's a reason we needed that.
Alexander decides to pass through the gate, preparing the shield just in case. The magic arrow completely shatters the shield. Good thing the arrow didn't hit Alexander.
There we go.
Flowering rose hedges grow on either side of the path winding north. Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges.
Pretty Rose.
Alexander walks forward to step onto the gazebo. But the rose hedges on either side of the path, sensing an intruder's presence, reach out their vines and blend together. The path is blocked.
So... and the little tiny knife's not going to do
The
much.
dagger isn't strong enough to cut through the magical hedges.
So we need something that can cut through magical hedges. But we do have a tiny dagger. Could try and use fire. What I'm going to do though is pop back to the
Alexander
crown
feels a
because
strange pulling sensation.
our tiny dagger is exactly the kind of thing Cosima was looking for. I've got no idea how a nightingale is going to carry a dagger.
The little bird couldn't do anything.
However, if we can find Jollo...
Jalo, my friend, is the wedding still moving forward at the castle?
Prince Alex, egads, yes, that confounded wedding has the whole castle a-bustle. Look, I didn't come here to talk about that, though. I came to warn you.
Bit late.
About what? Isn't the wedding bad enough?
No, listen. The Wazir knows that you're here, Alexander. He's posted extra guards, and he's telling them about a foreign saboteur. Who else could he mean but you? The Wazir's genie must have learned of your presence in the land, Prince Alex.
Really?
I don't know how, but he must have.
I haven't exactly been discreet, I'm afraid.
Alexander, this is serious. Alhazred will never let you get close to Cosima now. He stumbled the castle guard, probably to make sure you keep out. Gadzooks! Oh, it's too bad there isn't some way to convince Alhazred that you've left the islands or even died. If he thought you were out of the way, you might be able to get close enough to...
What an interesting thought. Tell me more about this genie.
The genie's name is Shamir Shamazel. Alhazred brought
Shamir
Shamir with him
Shamazel.
when he came to this kingdom. Shamir probably won't directly threaten you, but that doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He can be a terrible trickster. And
I mean, he's not that
a
clever.
spy. It's too bad we can't
I mean, we've
get
only
our hands on
died
Shamir's
like
land.
12 times
If we
on
had
him.
that land, Alhazred and all of our problems would be solved. Wouldn't that be a fine thing?
You would wish to be master of such a wicked creature?
Oh, Shamir isn't necessarily evil. Genies never are, you know. They only reflect their owner's heart, for good or ill. Alhazred is hardly a shining example for an impressionable genie.
So how do you propose we go about getting Shamir's lamp?
What? Oh, Prince Alex, I was only dreaming. I mean, the lamp is heavily guarded. It would be easier to steal Alhazred's own trousers while he's wearing them than it would be to get that lamp.
Do both.
Surely a clown's hands are quick and agile.
Well,
This is
yes,
manipulation
they
again.
are, as a matter of fact. But then the theft would be detected almost immediately. And then... my poor neck.
If the theft were detected.
If.
Oh, I see. Yes, well, there might be a slim chance, but only that. If you could find a replica of the genie's lamp, an exact replica, I might be able to make the swap. I alone might get close enough. But I couldn't tell you what to look for. I caught a glimpse of it only once. I would know it if I saw it again, but to say I cannot.
Q and Ocean's
Have to
11
see
planning
what I can
sequence.
Good luck to you then, Prince Alex.
You just had one of those in
really must
Picard.
be going back to the castle. I don't think I'll be able to come back here. If we were spied on, well, it's too high a risk. I hope
So-
you understand. If I see Cosima, I'll tell her I saw you. If you do ever make it to the castle, look me up. And do be careful, friend.
I will. Goodbye, Jalo.
Okay.
Thanks for all your help.
So, how the hell are we supposed to...
Alexander doesn't want to cut that with the ornate dagger.
I don't want to cut
Alexander.
it. I want to... like, wrap it.
Alexander tests the weight of the dagger in his hand. It's too light and small. Alexander.
Okay. New Oceans planning sequence.
The shopkeeper doesn't look.
Ooh.
An antique leather-bound book is displayed on a little stand on the counter.
Magic
How fare
spells.
you, merchant?
Sufficiently well, thank you.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
There we go.
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spelled book for it.
Okay, another rare book. That's the boring book. Now we've got a reason to go and hunt the book piles.
Alexander.
Isle of
Alexander.
Wonder. Hello.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. I
What
didn't
do you
realize
think
these books
you're
had an
doing?
owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
No owner? All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, bookworm to you, wouldn't part with one of his books for anything.
Isn't there something I can do for you to pay for the book?
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
Yes.
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
An idiot?
They are spelling bees, yes.
Afraid not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
There's no reason to. There's no. There's no. That would. Alex. There's no.
Are you
Try
there?
again.
Do you have anything interesting yet?
A regular abnormality?
Let me see what I have. I have a sentence. Would that do?
An incomplete one, I suppose.
Why, actually, it is incomplete.
Just as I suspected, incomplete sentences are a dime a dozen. Why, you can literally just find them floating about. Complete sentences. Ooh,
Okay.
now there's something that's hard to come by these days.
I see. Sorry.
Oh.
Alexander is carrying, oddly enough, a sentence. It says, "Where are you going?"
Okay.
That won't.
So we need a way of completing the sentence.
That won't.
Okay. This open?
Excuse me, what land lies beyond?
What land?
We haven't
Chessboard
really
land,
talked to
you
these
knave.
guys yet. We just had the introductory
I see.
sequence.
And is Chessboard Land part of the land of the Green Isles?
It is the home of the red and white queens, rulers of the Isle of Wonder, fairest of the islands that owe loyalty to the king of the land of the Green Isles.
There is no king.
But perhaps not for long.
Ooh, splitters.
What do you mean?
What is the purpose of unity with the great king and queen dead? The princess is worth serving, but the feud with the other isles is strong.
I see Scotland.
Can I pass?
Heavens, no! No humans allowed in Chessboard Land. Never have been, never will be.
I would say at some point you have to let it go. What's on the table?
Alexander picks up the bottle. The little bottle contains some sort of potion and bears a label saying, "Drink me." That's rather forward of it.
Save. Let England go. Okay, let's drink the little bottle.
Alexander decides to swallow the potion in the bottle labeled "Drink
I mean-
me" to see what happens.
It's not like people have been trying to kill Alexander all through this game, so drinking a
Suddenly,
random
his
potion...
vision fades to black. His lungs become too heavy to breathe. His heartbeat slows. Then beats no more. Suddenly, his heart takes a lurch, then beats strong.
How many of them have taken on
His chest
Minotaurs?
heaves like that of a newborn. His vision clears, and Alexander feels fine.
Phew. For a minute there, I thought, what if someone
No.
else had seen me and thought, sounds.
No, you don't get it this time. You do not get death.
The little bottle contains some sort of...
Okay. Not dead. We needed a way to demonstrate death.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
It's definitely a bit bait and switch.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Let's see if we can go and make this work. Am I still running on super speed? I am. I can do with slowing that down ever so slightly. There we go. Alexander doesn't need to run around quite so fast. Oh, he's not there.
Now,
Nothing. What's the...
A plaque bearing a merchant crest hangs over the doorway. The bookshop owner must be proud of his credentials.
There. Pawn shop? Oh, here we go.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Okay, who's ready for BAFTA award-winning performance?
Alexander suddenly gets a very sneaky idea.
I can't go on anymore. Without Cassima, I'd just rather not live.
Prince Alex, no!
It's true. The Wazir has beaten me. I give up. Poison is my last resort.
Stop!
I am no more.
Down we go.
Oh, what a waste. The poor young fool.
He's dead. He's dead. Wait until Abdul hears. He'll be so pleased. I told you not to pop in like that. You can learn to knock like everybody else.
Keep an eye on the bottle as well.
Sorry, Master. I couldn't help myself. I have great news. Well, what is it? Prince Alexander is dead. He killed himself in despair over losing Cassima. What? Are you positive? That young man has proven to be most devious.
Abdul knows.
I saw the whole thing myself, Master. He was really and truly quite dead.
This genie is in so much trouble later.
If what you say is true, it shall be most convenient. You've spent enough time on that little irritant. We must start thinking about the wedding. Anything, Master? Oh, I do love weddings. Well, we do want you to look your prettiest, don't we?
Ah.
Now, Shamir Shamazel, to the lamp with you. Prepare yourself, as we discussed.
Okay.
Alexander's heart lurches to life in his chest.
That's going to take a toll on you.
Prince
It's hard enough
Alex,
having fake heart
you-
attacks.
You were...
Sorry, friend. I
They're
was
bad enough.
doing a little acting, I'm afraid.
A little.
Ah, of course, the strange cloaked man. You are quite clever, and a bit too exciting for an old man.
Okay, save. Vaguely, deftly. Right. So where are we up to? We have...
Would you be interested in making a trade for this, merchant?
I don't want you to trade. I want you to talk
A
about it.
sentence? I wouldn't have any idea what to do with that.
Maybe the bookseller does.
Now,
Merchant, would you be interested in
Nah.
this?
no, thank you. I deal only in books.
Alexander is afraid he might smudge Cosima's letter if he does that. There's no reason to use...
There's no reason to use that on the skull.
Alexander is carrying, oddly enough, a sentence.
It's
It
just
says,
floating as well. It's not
"Where
even
are
on
you
paper
going?"
anymore. It's just floating. Where are you going?
Alexander is a little old.
Hey! Get that out of my face! Yeah!
Did I answer for you?
It wouldn't be worthwhile to try and spice up the book by doing that.
Where are you going? Okay, so puzzles that we are puzzling on.
Alexander doesn't see the little bird. Alexander is...
We've read the message from Cosima.
Good.
Yeah, we're not getting any further with Ali at the moment. Okay.
The girl is...
She's still...
Yeah.
We will make it. We will make it.
The door is...
The door is closed. Yeah. Let's go talk to the... him. Ferryman.
Oh, it's you.
The idea of where are you going?
How goes it, Alexander?
Would you be at all interested in this?
Nah, what need is a poor dry dock ferryman for that?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well,
You're always welcome, Alex.
Alexander...
Okay, back to the map.
Alexander...
I'm pretty sure we can go into the... Up we go. Yep, all this is open.
Alexander arrives at the top of the cliffs, somewhat winded after his long but uneventful climb.
Bernie goodness. Ooh.
A monstrous altar towers in one corner of the room. Alexander shudders with revulsion at the thought of the rituals performed at that sacrificial table. Alexander doesn't want to touch the hideous altar.
Oh, you... He's not just going to walk into fire, is he? He wouldn't be that stupid.
Alexander, apparently confused by being in the deserted Minotaur's lair,
Yep,
missteps
yes he can.
into the fiery pit.
Oh, hot!
You can just walk into the fire pit. Also, what's powering the fiery pit?
From the frying pan into the fire.
Hole in the wall tapestry. There was nothing to pick up in the downstairs. Downstairs was all navigation. We did pick up everything from the upstairs. We're getting random French horn again.
Greetings, guards of the city of the Winged Ones. Would you be able to take me back to the city?
You know this isn't going to end well.
Lord Azure asked you not to return, and you agreed. Dare you break your word?
Yes. I'm royalty.
I suppose not. Sorry.
I mean, it's entitlement, right? Okay, down the steps we go.
Alexander...
Come on.
Alexander...
Where are you going?
Alexander... Alexander...
Back to the Isle of the Beast. Oh! Hello! I forgot about you.
There's an odd little creature dangling from that tree branch.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange, my speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But who are you? And why are you here?
Away I fly my home from. Lost I am therefore. As my name too, can you guess not?
Free Yoda.
What I do this branch with, and the way I speak of.
If you're lost, perhaps I can take you home.
Take me home too? Think not I do. Know you I do not.
Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
Here we go.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do. Where are you going to? Like you I do. Go I with you.
We've all been there. Okay.
That was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger.
We now have a passenger.
Take me home to.
I think we can all guess where we're going, right?
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
So, back to Wonder.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
We'll go see... Yeah. I mean, this is the point where we would pick up a training montage to go with it. Over we go. Let's go talk
Are you
to
there, most venerable bookworm?
the bookworm.
Do you have anything interesting yet?
I hope so.
A split infinitive.
Let me see what I have. I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy.
How did he get onto another island?
The island.
There's no travel between the islands. How did he get?
A most solemn celebration.
So, you found my dangling participle.
Yep.
I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it
Yeah,
a rare
I explained a lot.
book you wanted?
Yes, sir.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now.
They need retro brighting.
This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
So, let's have a look at what he's given us. It's a book with R on it.
Alexander is carrying a rare book from the bookworm. The words in the binding are very faint. The something riddle book. That object. Alexander opens the rare book and looks inside.
Have a look.
The book contains riddles and has a page missing. Alexander glances at a few of the conundrums, but finds himself more curious about the one that is missing. What was the riddle, he wonders? More importantly, what was the answer? There's nothing. Alexander doesn't need anything more from Bookworm or his friend.
Okay, so we have a missing riddle page. Yeah. I mean, it's not really.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Here we go. Let's go get ourselves a book.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
You may now finna. Okay. I've got a horrible, horrible feeling that one of the things in the magic book may be an alternative to the using the hole in the wall downstairs. We'll know in a minute.
Hello?
Well,
Now,
book time.
Alex.
No.
The book contains riddles and has a page. What was the riddle, he wonders? The book contains. What was the book? What the book? What was?
Is he going to accept it with the page missing?
I found this rare book, and I thought of your offer.
Found.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic. Here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it.
I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is.
You spent the entirety of KQ3 spellcasting. So, really, Alexander's a pretty au fait spellcaster.
Alexander is carrying a book from the bookshop.
So let's see what we've got. Magic paint spell. 1 cup of swamp ooze, rubber sticks water, 1 black horse feather. Sticks water to swamp ooze in cup, stir with horse feather, apply to blank surface with artist's brush, speak incantation over painting to materialise. Okay, so that one needs us to get the river Styx water. Make rain spell. A few drops of salt water, not from the sea. 1 vial of sacred water and falling water. First mix salt and sacred waters in a teapot. Then add falling water. Speak incantation over teapot to enchant. Heat to boiling to activate. Okay. Charming a creature of the night spell. 1 skull full of hot oak embers, a bit of sulphur, brimstone, 1 strand of a pure-hearted maiden's hair. Add hair and brimstone to skull of embers. In presence of creature, speak incantation over skull. I'm wondering what the creature of the night is.
This is...
Okay. Right, so first job. I think we should do before we wrap up for tonight.
Alexander.
Pull out our magic map. Isle of Wonder
Feels a
again,
strange pulling sensation.
because now we have a reason to collect some tears. Salt water not from the sea. Because, yeah, let's make children cry.
Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seem to resent Alexander's gift for some reason.
That's fine. They can resent it. Into the teapot.
Alexander collects some of the baby's tears in the old hunter's lamp.
Okay. We then add sacred water.
Alexander pours the contents of the oracle's vial into the hunter's lamp with the baby's tears. The vial, now empty of its sacred fluid, disintegrates.
Something else on the chair. See that? What's that?
Alexander takes the teacup.
Teacup. Styx water. Well. go read the recipe again for...
The book.
No, that one, please. 1 cup of swamp ooze. Well, this is a cup. This is swamp ooze.
What do you think you're doing?
You startled me. I was just getting some swamp ooze.
Well, you certainly won't get it there! That's not swamp ooze! That's swamp muck!
I love the head movement.
He's right, you know. But he could be a little nicer about telling you. He's not a very pleasant stick in the mud.
Nobody asked you! Be quiet!
Oh, the trials of being a mere bump on a log.
Okay. Save. Let's talk to the bump.
Who are you?
I'm Bump on a Log, and that's my brother, Stick in the Mud. We've had this thing about each other ever since our childhood. Mom always liked me best.
She did not! That is absolutely not true!
He's
For a
bit
stick, he
lazy,
gets a
you
good
see.
motion.
He's got the only swamp ooze in the swamp right next to him. But do you think he'd move a finger to help you get some? Hardly. He'd try to brain you with it more than likely. His temper's about the only thing that ever gets a workout. And that on yours truly.
Aww.
Oh, like you've moved at all in the last century! Like you're Mr. Physical Activity!
Just because I can't reach anything, he thinks he can throw gushy swamp matter at me and just say whatever he likes. If only I could turn the tables on that heckler, he might learn some respect. But as you can see, I'm a mere bump on a log and must be content with my lot.
Oh, shut up! You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn even if you had something to throw! Just shut up!
You want to make a guess as to what
You
we're
see
throwing?
how he is?
Perhaps you could toss me some swamp ooze, since you seem to be able to recognize it. I can only reach this bit by the path.
Well, hoity-toity, look who's Mr. Wants So Much! You think I got a job here passing around precious swamp matter? You should be so lucky!
He's an utter waste of oxygen. I'd save my breath if I were you.
Let's go balance the score.
I thought this might come in handy the next time your brother starts picking on you.
Aha! Finally, old Bump on the Log's not so defenseless.
It's the same voice as Jollo as well.
Hey! What you doing there? Watch the pulp, would you?
Now, Bumpy, remember all I've given you.
Yeah, muck mostly.
The only thing you've ever given me is mud. Take this.
No! Not into the swamp!
And he suddenly just grew a throwing arm. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
I give up. Geez, sorry.
Well, I guess it's not very pleasant having things thrown at you. I'm sorry.
You mean it? Really? Brother.
For a whole 3.5 minutes, right?
Brother!
Stick in the Mud and Bump on a Log, exhausted from the battle, immediately doze off into naps. Rotten Tomato, being equally lazy, decides to join them. If Alexander tried to pick up the swamp...
Yeah, okay. Let's use the teacup.
Alexander fills the teacup with the swamp ooze.
Okay, we've now got swamp ooze. Most of the... We need falling water. hell do we get the falling water from?
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Isn't the tomato going to drown? Do you see that as a concern? Like a real concern? Right, I don't have falling water on the Sacred Mountain. Have we seen falling water on Wonder? Or is it the Yank? It's more swamp. It's swamp water. It's got high density to it. I haven't seen falling water on the Crown. Haven't seen falling water on Wonder.
Alexander.
Check Beast. Well, that's calm water, isn't it?
Alexander. But the rose. Flowering rose hedges grow on. The statue to the left of the gate shows a man kneeling down with his spear, as though waiting for a target. There's nothing. Alexander cannot reach the statue atop the wall.
Okay, fine.
Alexander.
Dance, Alex, dance.
Open, I say.
The roses seem impervious to Alexander's commands.
So we can't talk to them.
The hedge over the path is covered with thorn. The hedges of a delicate gazebo made of white-painted pine and overgrown with rose vines leads north into what appears from here to be a garden.
Okay. Garden. Great. I have a sneaky feeling that we get a scythe from the druids, or something that looks like a scythe from the druids, which means we need falling water. That was the third one, right? Not magic? Oh. I remember this spellbook being a pain. Okay.
Alexander reads with interest the specifications for the Make Rain spell.
Few drops of salt water not from the sea. Done that. 1 vial of sacred water. Then add falling water. Then add falling water.
Alexander.
It's clearly been too long since I've done this one.
Alexander.
We can go to the mists. As long as we don't walk into.
From the northeast come the sound.
Yep. Mysterious sounds and drumming. Is there anywhere else we can walk to on this island? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Ah, there we go.
East come the sounds of mysterious drums and chanting.
Cool. From the east come the mysterious sounds of drums and chanting. We know what that looks like.
Alexander reaches into the fire pit and takes a lump of coal.
Coal.
Alexander takes the scythe.
Scythe.
Steps lead up to the treehouse's entrance. The steps are sheltered by a worn animal hide. As Alexander peers into the dark entryway, he can make out a well-bolted wooden door.
Hint, you're not going inside.
The doors to the treehouses are bolted, and Alexander doesn't want to intrude into the private dwellings uninvited.
Why not?
Alexander can think of less desirable things to carry around than that animal skull, but not many.
So now we've got coal.
The way north is blocked by impenetrable forest.
Okay. South.
From the east,
We do not want to go east.
from the north.
Oh yeah, I'll take a human skull. Everybody loves a human skull, right?
Alexander.
Okay, we've got a scythe now.
Alexander.
I mean, we're all about the skulls over here. It's doing all right. Cool. I don't know, but we should be able to get through this now.
Alexander. But the rose.
So before we do that, let's just quickly consult the... So we're one ingredient up on this one. 2 ingredients, because we've got the black horse feather. 2 ingredients on this one. This one will come up. But, hey, everybody needs a scythe. The oddest looking scythe ever.
Alexander wields the scythe, determined to get past the magical rose hedges. The leaves fly as Alexander tries to cut the branches faster than they can grow back together. He sees light. He's through.
Falling water.
Who dares enter Beast's garden?
My name is Alexander. I didn't mean to disturb your private garden.
No. And yet, monsieur, you could hardly have accidentally broken through the 3 enchanted traps of the Isle of the Beast.
He's not wrong.
I suppose it is simply my nature to break through enchanted traps.
You must be a prince, then. I know the nature of princes all too well. This face you see before you is hideous, is it not?
Alexander is a dick.
Well, for the face of a beast, it is really quite noble.
Diplomatic.
I'm glad you like it, for you will soon own one just like it. I too was once a pretty prince, caring for nothing but adventuring and rescuing fair maidens.
Uh-oh.
But I rankled one too many evil hags. One dark night, I was turned into this obscenity you see before you, warped in shape and trapped on this enchanted island over 100 years ago.
Surely there is a way off this island.
Oh, surely. You broke in, did you not? And yet think, where would I go clad so eloquently as I am with this silk and this pelt?
He's thinking small.
You see, my prison is also my sanctuary. You are the first to break through the barriers in lo these many years. That is, except for the druids who stole my heirloom coat of arms.
If there's any way I can help.
Help? You? I'm afraid you don't understand. The enchanted barriers were a warning and protection for you, more
Exactly.
than for me. Your prize for forcing your way past them is to join me in this dire life.
Okay, we're on a timer,
By the
folks.
laws of this sorcery, you are doomed to be trapped in the form of a beast. Your reward for broaching this garden is to be my slave. A slave as beastly as I am. You have only a few hours of humanity left.
But that's not possible. There must be some way to break the enchantment. Spells always have a weakness somewhere.
The enchantment you are under is tied to my own. Oh, the sorceress left me a way out. But I'm afraid it was only her final bitter joke. You see, I need only find a maiden to join me here, to share my castle, my life, willingly. Take another look at me. You can't help but admire the hag's terrible cruelty and cunning.
I shall try to
You've
find
got it.
such a maid, for Casima's sake.
Truly?
Cinderella's
How
our friend
determined
here.
of you. I personally would not waste my last few hours as a man on an impossible errand. However,
Beast
you may do
recommends
as you please.
cocaine and hookers for our last
I
few
give you
hours.
This token. It's my family ring, and the only heirloom I have left. If perchance you should... If you think you have found a maid...
I shall give her this ring.
Yes, she must accept it of her own free will. By doing so, she accepts me. Not that you shall find anyone, mind you. Your
On spec.
time is short.
Don't get to see
Count
the
minutes
person.
on your
You don't get to
fingers
see
while
Beast.
your
You just get,
fingers
you know.
have, pretty prince. Your master will await you.
Right. So. We're going to speed this up a bit. Because I'm guessing that we would like to see that transformation and death. And I'm pretty sure it'll be another round of screens. So let's see if we can force it.
Alexander
Island hopping. Because we know we're supposed to be heading this way.
Alexander
Boink, boink.
Alex
Let's keep going. No, are we really trying to, like... Oh, sugar! We should have picked up whilst... Oh, we've got to save. We've got to save. Oh!
Great gods, did you see that? The man just appeared from nowhere.
Perhaps he was sent by the spirits. I see no boat.
He is an intruder, no matter how he got here.
Sit!
Grab him!
Not again. Look, I'll leave. It's no problem.
I think not. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alexander is frozen at the
I think it's
spectacle
safe to
before
say.
him. Robed figures are gathered around a bonfire. Some mystical ceremony
We've not
is
prepped
taking
it,
place.
so...
But as to its purpose, Alexander has no clue.
Oh, we know what's going to happen.
We found a trespasser on the beach, Archdruid.
Uh-oh. Archdruid. Now what has Alexander wandered into?
We know what it's wandered into.
This must be the forest.
Yeah,
Wait!
yeah.
There's an...
Alexander...
Okay.
and the cave...
So we don't come here. Do not
Alexander
come here.
starts to feel
Yeah.
At
I
the
mean, this
bottom
really isn't Oh No, Not Again.
Mercifully, Alexander passes out from the heat. That was a bit too hot to handle.
Okay, back we go. I mean...
There's no time to do anything with the fountain now. Alexander's about to...
Can I drink some water?
The fountain water is cool and clear. The gate has been firmly shut and locked. The maze of hedges seems to be a final obstacle protecting Beast's privacy. Having seen the result of his other violations, Alexander has no desire to test the maze.
Oh, that seems like a shame. Right, well... Okay, where aren't we going? We are not going to the Isle of the Mists. Island of the Mists. Everywhere else is fine.
Alexander...
Let's go for a tour. All of our favourite places before we die. Or before we're transformed. Up we go. That's a screen change.
Alexander arrives at the top.
That would be a very quick set of screen changes. If it works. No idea if it'll work. Let's find out. They said the traps have been disabled. And they have. We're not going to push our luck too hard. For once. All of our favourite places, our favourite brick. Can we get our favourite brick back? Can we get our favourite brick back?
Even if Alexander wanted to retrieve the brick, he'd be unable to get it out of the cogs.
Aww. No brick for us. I love my brick. Top one goes downstairs. Had to look.
Alexander seems to have found the path to the second level of the catacombs again.
The path.
Yikes! They need to get a staircase in here.
Straight down this side.
Alexander feels a strange sensation come over him. His skin begins to itch.
Are we ready?
His head throbs. Was that the beast you could do?
We are having this one. Brilliant. Okie dokes. So that's what happens. So, back to here. This time, you do get quite a while to solve. What kind of best is that? It's sort of like a warthog with a tie.
Alexander pulls out his... Alexander...
Up we go. And we all know where we're going, right? It's Cinderella time. We're going to smash two fairy tales together. And Cinderella's down this side now.
The girl is too shy and fearful to talk to a stranger, especially a tall, handsome one such as Alexander.
Of course she is. That's why we're carrying a rose.
Pardon me, maid. I hope you don't think me forward, but I see that you like roses. I thought you might, perhaps, like a fresh white rose.
Go with your pinkies.
Alexander can see the conflict in the girl's pretty face as she fights between her distrust of him and her desire for the white rose.
Don't trust Alexander.
Wins.
Oh, I shouldn't, sir, but it is so lovely. I've never seen a rose of white. It looks so pale and delicate. Wherever did you find one of such a color?
There are many hedges of them on the Isle of the Beast, and they grow together like magic.
Oh, truly? What an adventure that must be to see them. But I should not speak so, especially to a stranger. Thank you for the rose, though, kind sir.
Okay, so, you know.
Do you live in this house, maid?
Well, my stepmother and her children live here. I live out back in the stables.
Your stepmother? Then you're not a... well, I thought you were,
A servant? I am, I suppose. You see, my mother died and my father remarried. He passed on shortly afterwards. My stepmother has no obligation to feed and clothe me.
That's a bit harsh.
I try to repay her for my upkeep as best I can.
I see. Is there anything I can do for you, maid? You look tired and hungry.
I'm just fine, sir.
Tell me, why do you not leave this place?
Where could I go? What would I do? Besides, I don't really mind the work, and I would miss my roses.
Okay, are we up to ring? Let's try.
That would serve no...
Really?
Alexander has a thought about the serving girl. He decides to bring up the subject...
Big jump from rose to ring, I know.
Let me tell you about the place where the white roses grow. The Isle of the Beast is an enchanted place. There's a path running through a deep forest. The path crosses 3 magic blockades, set to keep all visitors away. At the center lives a tremendous beast.
Really? Magic blockades? How exciting! What kind of a beast? Is it very terrifying and ferocious?
Ah!
It is a beast that walks on 2 legs and dresses like a prince. It speaks with the voice of a man.
A beast that talks and wears clothes? How is that possible? Is the beast magic too?
Not magical. Enchanted. Beast was once a prince, but a witch trapped him in the form of a beast and set him on the island. There he lives in a castle in the midst of a maze.
How terrible! Imagine how lonely he must be.
It is a very lonely prospect, isn't it? Oh, I have met him, you see. He is indeed ferocious, but who would not be?
He really exists? Oh, how it breaks my heart. If I could, I would tend to such a beast. Such a beast might find comfort in a kind face. Do you not think it so?
Oh, I think it so. I very much think it so. You would not be afraid of him?
Afraid? Maybe at first. But how silly of me to speak so. The roses in this little yard are the only magic I will ever see.
I could take you there. In fact, I would owe you
We're going
my life
all around.
if you would go, if you truly wish to go.
You are serious? I could leave here? Oh, I have always dreamt of leaving, but to actually go.
I'm not sure how we're going to manage
This
this.
is the only home I have ever known.
Home is a hard place to leave, even if you're unhappy there.
But I will go. If I can help him, I must go.
I mean, to be fair, we've had other games where you just pick up the companion woman and stick them in your
Is there
inventory.
nothing you wish to take with you?
There is nothing.
Then take this ring. It is his. He will be pleased if you would wear it.
Why, it's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Thank you kindly, sir.
Beauty! Where do you think you're going?
To a place where roses grow, and to someone who truly needs me.
We must have used the magic
I
map.
see you wear my ring. You willingly agreed to spend your life here with me? Do you know what that means?
Yes, my lord.
Haven't we already done the death scene?
I have been touched by your story.
Pity alone need not sentence you to endure this face.
Oh, but it is a gentle face, and kind.
You look at me so sweetly and are not repulsed. Oh, by the light of your eyes, my spirit soars. The enchantment! It is broken!
I am pleased to have served you, my lord. Do you still wish me to stay?
What? Speak not such nonsense, Beauty. Do you think that I learned nothing of true love during my time here?
Wow!
Oh, my clothes! This gown!
How well it suits your noble heart.
Alexander,
Just stomp on the
I
lizard
can
now.
never repay you. I have nothing to offer except my gratitude. But please, take these old clothes. Perhaps you'll find someone in need during your travels.
You have already repaid me by your example of courage, Beauty. And by your friendship, I hope.
Okay.
You will always have our friendship and loyalty, Prince Alexander. But from a fellow adventurer, take some advice. If you find your true love, protect her with your life. We're all beasts without the redeeming humanity of love. And to aid you, accept my mirror.
Mirror.
Now that my life is no longer hung in false shadows, I have no need for it.
Really? Is he not
Give it
going to
someone
shave? He
with
looks like a guy that
freedom
shaves.
from the truth it reveals.
Thank you. I wish you both well.
Come,
Alexander and magic bloody
take you
mirrors.
home.
Stomp on the lizard.
Alexander fills the hunter's lamp to the brim with the fountain water.
Okay. Well. Loo roll. So, we can enchant our first enchanty-chanty thing. Read your book. No. Yes. Then add falling water. Speak incantation over teapot.
Alexander prepares to enchant the hunter's lamp with the
Heat
make
to
rain
boiling to
spell
activate.
incantation.
Clouds of thunder, shafts of light, come and sup with me tonight. Waters 3 have I for tea, brew a tempest now for me.
Okay.